On behalf of the American Train Dispatchers Association members, I want to say thank you for allowing us to be here. We represent the highly skilled, essential railroad workers. We not only fight for fair pay, but like all other rail unions, we are constantly in the fight for safe working conditions that not only protect our members and their jobs, but also the lives of people in countless American communities. There's a saying in the rail industry, our rules are written in blood. That's because the railroad's reaction to death is just to make a new rule. They only want someone else to blame when a disaster happens. And if you don't believe me, take the words right from the current Canadian Pacific, Kansas City, CPKC, computerized quiz that was given to the train dispatchers currently right now. Page 23, it says, list these 5 items in order of importance. It says, operate safely, develop people, provide service, optimize assets, and control costs. We've all heard safety first for decades. Well, not on the CPKC. That answer was wrong. Safety was fourth, only ahead of developed people, their own workers. They don't give a shit. They could care less whether we die or they're just going to replace us with AI. It doesn't matter. So the question is, how long do you think it's going to take till that question gets removed from the quiz? Probably won't be long. They don't care about you, they don't care about our family, and they damn sure don't care about their own workers. As I've said before, railroads are willing to accept the loss of life as a price of doing business. That doesn't matter if it's you or the community. You see, the problem is the railroads have gotten too beholden to their shareholders.
Yep.
They're afraid of these rogue investment groups that are only looking for short-term payouts and gigantic stock buybacks. Railroad workers are ready for real change. Most railroads aren't. You see, railroads didn't learn from the mistakes they made that gave us East Palestine. They furloughed workers, they cut inspection times, they've cut corners, and for decades, our own government has let them mostly regulate themselves. Unfortunately, we see that's led to disaster after disaster. As an example, former President Obama's Department of Transportation enacted a rule requiring high-hazard cargo trains to be equipped with better brakes, which would allow trains to stop faster. Unfortunately, former President Trump, current candidate, said it was too expensive and repealed it in 2018. He called it unnecessary regulation. Would that have prevented East Palestine? No. But that certainly can no longer protect our communities. Would you call that unnecessary regulation? No. I wouldn't. So what has an underregulated railroad done? How about a single employee, yes, one employee, monitoring 19,500 miles of defect detectors from their home? Certainly that's not safe. That was the practice on the Norfolk Southern at the time of East Palestine. Additionally, on the Norfolk Southern, they think it's safe to have one train dispatcher control 1,000 miles of track with over 107 radio towers. That's ridiculous and that's unsafe. We must stop allowing railroads to regulate themselves. And artificial intelligence will only make the matters worse. Instead of a commitment to adequate staffing, they're continually looking to unproven, untested, and unregulated AI that they think will allow them to cut more jobs, but at the sacrifice of safety. But that doesn't end there. CPKC has demonstrated this clearly by continually denying its union employees paid sick time. Sure, this saves them millions of dollars in the short term, but you can't operate a railroad safely without providing paid sick time to the safety critical train dispatchers and all rail labor.
Right. Yeah.
Safety fourth, develop fifth. That's the CPKC way. Train dispatchers are the rail version of air traffic controllers. We protect train crews, signal employees, track workers, and our communities. We control the railroads. Labor controls the railroads. It's not the other way around.
Right.
And we can't simply afford to have them working in a medically compromised state, even if it requires the CPKC to change their corporate priorities. Our nation deserves safe railroading. BNSF, CPKC, CSX, NS, give us the people we need and sign a C3RS IMOU that your CEOs promised you would.
Yeah.
Our government should regulate or legislate untested AI. And CPKC must give our train dispatchers and all union employees paid sick leave. It's time for these railroad giants to do the right thing. Lives depend on it. Safety first, never fourth. And one final thing to the UP, because I didn't mention your name. The ATDA is coming. Don't